Hello everybody, I'm GuidesForUsAll, and I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded a RuneScape 3 video, but the mining and smithing rework dropped yesterday and I really wanted to hop on and check it out. So first off, the mining and smithing skills have both been completely redone. Everything you know about it basically is in the trash, and there are a ton of new ores to mine. As you can see here, we have light animica, dark animica, so many new things, phasmite, nechrite. It's all going to be really weird at first, but here we are at the light anima mine, which is just west of Letia. I have gotten my new pickaxe, which is a tier 90 pickaxe known as the Elder Rune pickaxe. It is the best pickaxe that you can get besides this other special pickaxe, which will take too much time to explain. But nevertheless, let's start mining, and this is what mining is like now in RuneScape 3. So you see these two bars. There's a blue bar, which is your progress towards getting an ore, and this yellow-orange bar, which is your stamina bar. And once this stamina bar is at like 1% or 0%, you will mine slower, so you will have to click occasionally to make sure that that thing stays up so you can continue mining effectively. As you can tell, you now get experience every swing instead of only getting experience once you've mined the ore. And the ore rocks do not deplete, which is amazing. Another thing is, sometimes when you're mining, you'll see these glowing little things around one of the rocks in the area. Switch over to that rock, and you will hit what is called a Rockertunity, which will give you a huge damage multiplier, and it will make you mine the ores much more effectively for one hit, as you can see. Personally, I really like the way mining has been reworked. Mining has been most people's least favorite skill in the game for a long time, I think, just because of how it worked, and you can only mine one ore from each rock, and it's just been super annoying. This right here is super cool. It encourages people to be social while mining, and I really do like it. I like how they award you for being attentive to the screen instead of AFKing with these little Rockertunities here, because it basically gets you an ore instantly, and as you can see, it actually does give you a lot more experience for that hit as well as the extra ore. Now, another thing you get from mining now are these things called igneous geodes, which you basically just open them up and it'll give you a random gem. They're not the best, but for Iron Man I can imagine they'll be quite nice, because getting gems on an Iron Man can be a pain depending on what stage of the game you're on, and there is a 1% chance of these to turn into a metamorphic geode when you mine it, and these things have ridiculous rewards in it, such as uncut onyxes, gift for the reapers, first age coins, which can be out for 1,000,000 gold each, and there's just a bunch of other really great things in there. So obviously you're really going to want to be hoping for one of those while you're mining, and that's pretty much all that I can see that has changed through mining. Obviously all the old boosts still work. I have the magic golem outfit on. It gives a plus 5% critical mining chance now, which the critical mining just progresses your bar farther. I don't know what the exact chances of hitting that are, but it is a pretty nice thing. And then the mining cape actually gives you a plus 5% double ore chance on all core rocks, which means you have a 5% chance to get 2 ores instead of 1, which is nice. And whenever you roll to get more ore from a core ore succeeds, you get bonus experience equal to the level requirement of the rock. So you do get bonus experience from it as well. Here's another new thing, a stone spirit. You can get these while mining, and when you have one, they'll be used up once you acquire an ore, and it'll give you 2 instead of just 1, as you can see. So these, I think, are replacing ores on a lot of drop tables as well, just to encourage people to actually do the mining instead of just getting all your ores and bars as drops, which is great. It encourages you to actually do the skill, something that, you know, hasn't been seen a ton in RuneScape 3 for a long time. You know, you just do PVM to get all your drops, but now you actually have the skill, which is really cool. So now that we've checked out pretty much everything there is to do with mining, actually no, I'm sorry, there's a few more things I wanted to show. So let's go to a lower level dungeon, the mining guild mine. Okay, so let's go here. All the old ores you know and love are still in the game and can be mined much more effectively depending on what your mining level is and what your pickaxe is. So let's see, we have runite rocks, which are now tier 50. The old best rock in the game is now nothing, basically. It's a pathetic rock, but as you'll note, since I have 99 mining and a tier 90 pickaxe, I will mine rune ores super quickly. The bar fills up much faster than it was with those higher ores, as you can see, and boom, I've already mined a rune rock. And when you go over to something like coal, it is ridiculously fast, which is super cool. Boom, one swing, I get some coal, another swing, I get another coal. So it's really neat that it works this way, and now my inventory's filled up. But yeah, and then another thing that's been added is these little ore boxes, which you can craft, starting with the bronze ore box, which you just need 2 bronze bars to make, and then you slowly upgrade it through the tiers, but there is a catch that you need the previous tier of ore box to upgrade it to the next one. So the iron ore box requires 2 iron bars and a bronze ore box. So I have the rune ore box here, and I can click fill on it, and it can hold up to 100 of any type of ore that's up to the level of the box. If you have the Elder Rune ore box, it can hold 100 of every ore in the game, which is really nice. It means you don't have to bank as often while you're mining. One more thing I forgot to mention about mining is that during Treharn hour, those 2 highest tiers of ores will spawn in the Treharn area, the light animica and dark animica, and it'll give bonuses related to that, I think, with the chance of getting double ores, which is pretty cool. So now let's move on to smithing, but before we do that, actually, check out this guy, Elof, who will give you metal tokens in exchange for all of the rune, adamant, steel, and mithril items you had before the update came out. And you could exchange these for the new types of salvage, and basically if you exchange them for the new types of salvage and then alch them all, you will get the same alch value out of your rune items as you would have before the update came out, as obviously alch values have been adjusted for every single piece of equipment in the game that is made through smithing. Because if rune items were still, like, let's say rune 2 enters were still like 32,000 gold in alch, you would be able to make so much money per hour mining runite now, so it would be severely unbalanced, and it doesn't work like that anymore. Also, you can get this Artisan's Workshop flyer from the Grand Exchange chest if you are a Premier Club member, I think, and if you bring this to Elof in the Artisan's Workshop, which is this guy right here, he will give you an assortment of items to use in the new rework. So let's redeem the flyer and check it out. So we got a bunch of stone spirits, which are those things I told you that let you mine double ores. We got a luminite injector. I actually don't know what this is. When using the Artisan's Workshop, it overloads the workshop allowing all players to generate an additional progress per swing while smithing. Nice, I'll use that here in a second. And some armor spikes, which are a cool new thing that when you're using melee combat, it'll reflect damage back on your enemy. A really, really cool new thing. And then large plated rune salvage, which alchs for probably like 40,000 gold or something. So now it is time to get into smithing. Sorry for the long delay. Smithing has been completely reworked, and in my opinion, for the better completely. I really like the way smithing works now. So, as you can see, I've got myself 33 dark anima, 33 light anima, and some rune bars. I didn't have enough money to buy the rest of the rune bars as I gave away my bank the other day. I have nothing left. So we'll go into this menu, and this is your ore bank, or whatever it's called, and you can store all of your ores and all of your bars into this ore bank. It can hold any amount of them, I'm pretty sure, and you can put them in here from any furnace in the game. So anywhere you're going, if you're mining really close to a furnace, you can just bank your ores here basically if you plan on using them for smithing. So as you can see, the Elder Rune bar, which is what we're going to be working with, requires a light animica, dark animica, and rune bar. So let's begin smithing some of these. Our inventory is taken up a bit by all of these stone spirits here. I don't know why it didn't start begin project. There we go. So smithing bars is basically the same exact way as it was before, but actually smithing the items is much different. So give me a second to smith these and we'll check that out. Alright, we are done, and as you can see here, it actually says you managed to make 1 extra bar. It's been sent to your metal bank. That's what it's called, metal bank. So the bar, scroll of efficiency, or whatever it's called, the one for smithing that you get from dungeoneering, still works. You still have a chance to make an additional bar when you're making it, and there might be some other reworks to that scroll, but I don't know the exact details of all of them. So once you're done making your bars, deposit them back into your metal bank. So now that all of our bars are in the bank, we are ready to start smithing. So click heat on the forge here and you'll get the nice basic interface of how this is all supposed to work. You've got your bars that you have held in your metal bank here. You've got the things that you can craft, which is much more organized and beautiful than it was before. I'd like to mention I think we're going to start off by making an Elder Rune pickaxe, since I think these pickaxes are worth quite a bit right now, since the rework just came out, and it's really the most desirable item at the moment. It takes 2 Elder Rune bars to make this, and so what you first get is an unfinished smithing item with a heat progress bar, and once you first get it, the heat bar will be full, and then you got to hit smith on the anvil to start smithing it, and every time you hit the hammer, you'll get some progress towards finishing this, but your heat will go down, and once your heat reaches 66%, you will be smithing at a less efficient rate than you would be if it was above 66%, so you're going to have to re-click heat on the forge, and it'll heat your smithing item back up to be able to smith it efficiently. Now, I think I saw somewhere that if you turn on superheat form in your prayer book, if I can find it, here we go. If you turn on superheat form, you will retain that efficient smithing down to 33% of your heat, which makes it so you can AFK for longer, so it might be worth it for some people who pretty much only AFK on this game. So let's finish smithing this pickaxe, and I will see you guys then. Ah, yeah, you see the message in the box there? Your item hasn't cooled as superheat form is still keeping it hot. So if you wanted to be efficient with your prayer, I suppose you could just keep superheat form off until it gets to 66%, and then you could turn it on. So we're going to hit 33% any second now. There we go. Your item is cooled down slightly. So let's just go ahead and heat it back up on the forge, which is pretty quick, and then hit smith again. So as you can see, it's pretty AFK, and I don't know the exact XP rates, but it seems like they should be semi-comparable to some of the XP rates you could get with smithing before the rework. Here we go, our rune pickaxe is almost done, and there it is, Elder Rune Pickaxe, which is the tier 90 pickaxe that I'm using right now. This thing sells for just over 300k, it looks like, and I think the Elder Rune bars are like 60 to 80,000 gold each right now, so you can pretty much double your money making these Elder Rune pickaxes. But that's not all, you can upgrade equipment by smithing it now, so you don't just have to make the one item and be done with it. You can make +1 to +5 versions of this item. So I'm going to make this Elder Rune pickaxe into an Elder Rune pickaxe +1, and so now we just start upgrading it, and it looks like it works exactly the same as doing it normally, but it is giving us more experience per hit. As you can see, it only has 1600 heat progress, but there's a lot more experience in the item. So as you upgrade stuff, you will continually get better and better experience rates, and then you can turn it into a burial item, which will give you a ton of experience when you do that, but it will be made useless, and you will have to submit it here just like you would with the burial armor you used to make here in the Artisan's workshop. So it's a great way to get high XP rates, but it is quite costly, as I think that the Elder Rune Pickaxe +5 is worth quite a pretty penny right now, so it might be worth it to just throw that on the Grand Exchange instead of turning it into XP. So now we have our Elder Rune Pickaxe +1, which gives it slightly better mining damage, I think, which basically just means you can mine ores faster. I don't know if it improves the rock penetration, which I'm honestly not even sure what rock penetration is. I think that has to do with what tier of ore you could buy. So we could continue upgrading this +2, +3, +4, +5, and you can see the XP you get from each upgrade continually goes up, as does the Elder Rune bars that you need to upgrade it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this as many times as I can. It looks like we're only going to be able to get to +3 because of the fact that I don't have enough Elder Rune bars, and honestly I just don't even have enough money to buy all those Elder Rune bars. So now we're going to be getting 40 XP per hit, which is really nice. It's gradually increasing over time. Let's see how much money we can sell the Elder Rune Pickaxe +3 for. So I actually went ahead and bought some more Elder Rune bars. I decided let's just make the pickaxe into a +5 because the +3 was not selling at a price I was comfortable with, so we ended up buying more of these. And so it took 64 Elder Rune bars in total, I believe, to make the Rune Pickaxe +5, which cost me just under 2.3 mil, and I threw this into the Grand Exchange at 2 mil to instant sell just to see what it would be at, and we got 2.9 mil. So we actually profited about 600k from making that Elder Rune Pickaxe, which is not too shabby, because if I had had all the bars prepared, it probably wouldn't have taken me too long to make that, maybe 10 minutes or so. So you could probably make like 6 of those an hour times 6, you got like 3.6 mil profit per hour, which is amazing because it gives decent smithing XP as well. So I really like this overhaul that they've done. It seems like, at least for the time being, there's some decent money that you can make with mining and smithing, as those ores are each going for like 13,000 each. I'm talking about the tier 90 ores. And all of mining is AFK now, so you don't have to worry about having to pay too much attention while doing it either. So all in all, my opinions on this update are that it is fantastic. I cannot find a single thing to complain about. I think mining and smithing are a lot more fun this way. I enjoyed it a lot more. There's so much more rewards potential, and there's just so many new items to come into the game, including the new power armor. Is it power armor? I think it's power armor, and weapons that you can make. It makes mining and smithing useful, basically. They're not just trash skills you level just so you can do quests. So let me know what you guys think about the mining and smithing update in a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you could please leave a like on the video to support it, I'd appreciate it very much, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.